Hey everybody, it's Judy Klock here at Stampin' with Crafty Clock, coming to you today for a quick lesson at lunch. And today I wanted to share with you how you can be inspired by the Japanese art of Kintsugi, which is the piecing together of broken pottery pieces using gold, and how we can sort of take that same theory and use it to create cards using principles of Kintsugi. So here I've taken my designer series paper and I've ripped it apart and I've added some gold heat embossing to the ripped edges and then pieced it back together to mimic or to honor the Japanese art of Kintsugi. And then we just added a very simple sentiment, some adhesive-backed snowflake embellishments, and then just finish it up with a quick little inside. So let's go ahead and see how we're going to do this. So I have here a piece of our Mossy Meadow. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. A piece of basic white for the inside that is 4 by 5 1/4. Let me just burnish this. And then I have a piece of the Sleigh Ride Designer Series paper. I'm using the solid side, not the scenic side. And I am going to just kind of rip this into 3 pieces. And this is also 4 by 5 1/4. And this was just that little piece that was cut off from this. So I just thought we'd put it on the inside of our card. Let's go ahead and get the inside of our card done. We can put that together and then we can focus on doing the outside. So I'm going to just stamp in here. This is from the Brightest Glow stamp set. I just love the sentiments in that stamp set. We're just going to stamp a Merry Christmas. We're going to add our little strip of DSP. Great way to use our DSP so we don't waste it, and also decorate the inside of our cards. Make it a little bit fun on the inside. All right, let's go ahead and put that on the inside. And then as long as I have my ink out, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp and punch the circle for the front. And we'll just put that off to the side until we are ready for it. So if you like what you're seeing here today and you are not yet subscribed, I would love if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is the 25th of July, and I am 2 subscribers away from 700. I would love to get there by the end of July. So if you have not subscribed, or if you have friends who haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that little subscribe button and make my month. That would make me very excited. All right, let's go ahead and we'll just punch this out. And then we're just going to put this off to the side until we are ready to use it. I'm going to go ahead and put my ink away. We're done with that for tonight. All right, so we're going to do at least with that ink. So now I've got here a piece of our designer series paper. Now you can put as many rips in this as you want. I am going to go with just 3. So I'm going to do a big one kind of across the bottom. I'm going to do another one in this upper corner. Okay, and it doesn't matter how many you do. And then we've got one more coming in. Let me think about this. Let me do this one like this. So this piece is not going to have any of the gilding on it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add that to our card front, because we don't need to add any gilding to this piece because we're doing it on the edges without the white, because they will cover up those white edges. So let's go ahead and put this on our card front. Okay. Now any edge where we don't see white, so like this edge and this edge and this edge, that's where we're going to put our gilded leafing, or our heat emboss, gold heat emboss. So I'm going to take, I have a dauber here. I'm going to take my Versamark. Let me just move this out of the way. And I'm going to daub some Versamark just along that torn edge. Not a lot. You just want to get, it's kind of a thin line. It doesn't have to be very much. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just do that. All right, let's go ahead. Now we're going to add some gold embossing powder on here. Where's my gold embossing powder? Okay, gonna take that. Okay, tap off the excess. Make sure you get good coverage. Tap off the excess. Okay, let's move that out of the way for right now. And I'm going to do each of these as we do them. It's going to get a little bit loud in here, so bear with me. This heat gun is as old as all get out, and I think it's time for a new one because it takes a while to get going. Once it gets going, it's fine, but I think I've had it for, I don't know, 20 years. It might be time for some new equipment, some new tools in the toolbox. Okay, we've got that. Let's go ahead and do our next one. Again, we're just going to do it on the edge where there is no white, because that is the edge that is going to be seen. Okay, just going to go ahead and add my Versamark there. All right, let's go ahead and add some. This, I think I have enough powder in the tray now that I can just sort of do that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. And you'll know when it's setting, it'll become shiny. So you can see as it becomes shiny, that's when you know that it's heat set and it's good to go. Huh. Okay, I don't know why it didn't seem to take really well there. Okay, just didn't like that little spot for some reason. All right, our last piece. Going to go ahead and add our Versamark right along this torn edge. And then comes the fun part of putting our card back together. All right. Okay. Looks good. All right. And we've got that. You can see it's starting to turn shiny. So we know that our gold embossing powder is now set. All right, there we go. That out of the way. Let me just put the cover back on my embossing powder for right now because I do make a mess with things. Okay, put the cover on my Versamark. We're good to go. All right, here we go. Now we're going to go ahead and add. This piece fits right here, and we want to cover up that white edge. Now I'm not going to put this one down yet. I'll come back with a little bit of liquid glue in a minute to kind of go over that edge. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm using liquid glue because it just gives me a little bit of extra time to play with things, get things set. Okay. All right, now let's come in here with this piece next. And if you'll notice, I did try to leave at least one straight edge on every piece. That just makes it a little bit easier to reassemble it. When we're reassembling it, we can make sure that we match up those straight edges so our things are straight. Okay. All right, we got our last piece. Got some glue on my fingers. Okay, now here we go. We're going to put this last piece in place. Okay. And again, just make sure you're covering up that white. Okay, we don't want to see that. Okay. Now, I can always go back, and if I have to, see I have to add a couple little dabs of glue kind of right there, but that's okay. I'd rather come back and have to add it than to have it where I can't then go lay my other pieces down. Okay, hold that there for just liquid glue sets pretty quickly. So I also tried doing this with our old gold leafing embellishment. I did not like the way it came out. I thought it was a little too, just a little too messy. I'll show you in a minute what I how that one turned out with the heat and stick powder and the gold leafing. So, I mean, you have a couple of options. I wasn't a big fan of that option. All right. So now we've got that done. We've got our designer series paper put back together. I want to cut a piece of, this is that new ribbon. It's one of the online exclusives. It is the red and gold polka dot ribbon. It's really pretty, real red. And this is just going to give just a little pop of color because our card is pretty monochromatic. I'm going to add some seal down here. Okay, and I want to stick these kind of right there. Okay. Okay. All right, now we're going to put this on our card with some dimensionals. Oh, if I can get them. Let's see. 2. No, we need one more. 3. Okay, let's put that right in the center. And then we're just going to pop on 3 of these little gold adhesive snowflakes. There are 3 different sizes. There's a small, a medium, and a large. You have 3 colors. You have gold, white, and copper. So you have lots of choices. But that is how we can make Kintsugi Christmas cards. I hope you found this useful. I hope you'll try it. It's definitely a very different look. It's done intentionally. It's meant to look like it was put back together because that is the art of Kintsugi. It's fixing broken pottery with gold. This is using the gold leafing. I didn't really like the way this turned out. But you know, that's an option. If you like playing with the gold leafing and the heat and stick powder, you can certainly try it. I was not really too pleased with how this came out, so I just went with the gold embossing powder. And that is it. I hope you give this a try. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. I'll see you Thursday at 7:30 for my live demo. Bye.